Now there's another story coming out of this game, and it is the special whistle, or lack thereof, that A'ja Wilson is getting. And this isn't the first time.
The face of the WNBA is unraveling. A'ja Wilson, once the league's poised and dominant champion, is now making headlines for all the wrong reasons. Her frustration finally boiled over in a shocking on-court cheap shot against rookie Aliyah Boston, a move that left fans and analysts stunned. But this wasn't just one bad play, it was the flashpoint in a season of spiraling anger and desperate aggression. The Las Vegas Aces dynasty is collapsing, and its biggest star is lashing out. So what exactly pushed a two-time MVP to the breaking point?
Right here was so egregious, man. I just wanted to point it out. I had to point it out, dog. There was no way, all right, that you can't tell me that the A'ja Wilson whistle isn't a thing. I remember this specific moment, right, where Aliyah Boston was backing down, trying to put the ball back up, and A'ja Wilson gets a jump ball after wrapping her arms clearly around from the backside.
The Las Vegas Aces were supposed to be untouchable. As back-to-back champions, they were the league's undisputed juggernaut. But this season, the Empire is sputtering. After a shocking defeat to the Indiana Fever, the Aces found themselves with a mediocre 12-12 record, looking up in the standings at the very team they were expected to dominate. The Fever, a franchise that was a league doormat for years, is now surging, proving their mettle even without their injured superstar Caitlin Clark. The balance of power is shifting, and the pressure is clearly getting to the Aces' biggest star. At the center of this downward spiral is A'ja Wilson, and her frustration is manifesting in some ugly ways.
But the Aces looking a little long in the tooth there in Vegas. That team, that core, just kind of sputtering at this point in time, slow-footed, and that's where I thought that the Fever could take advantage of the Aces, and they did. And Indiana moved quickly. They moved with purpose. They get another big game from Kelsey Mitchell in this one, who continues to just prove that she is a baller, a hooper, and a bona fide.
The moment that exposed it all came on July 24th during a tense battle with the Fever. Early in the second quarter, Indiana's Aliyah Boston fought for position in the paint when Wilson came up from behind and clamped down on her arms. For a full 10 seconds, Wilson was draped all over Boston's back, grappling and holding her. When the whistle finally blew, it wasn't for a foul. Incredibly, the referee called it a jump ball. Boston was irate, immediately turning to the official and pleading, "She came from my back." The commentators were in disbelief, with one noting that getting someone from behind doesn't usually result in a jump ball. Wilson had effectively mugged Boston and gotten away with it, and the sly grin on her face said it all. She knew she'd been given a gift.
Boston was just throwing the ball at the basket and hoping for the best, but she locked down A'ja Wilson today. She completely outplayed A'ja Wilson. I don't care what the box score says. She completely outplayed A'ja Wilson. And if she just made a couple of those bunnies, this wouldn't have been a close game at all.
But for those paying close attention, this wasn't an isolated incident. It was part of a disturbing pattern of overly physical play. Just weeks earlier, in a July 4th matchup, Wilson did nearly the same thing to Fever player Lexi Hull, coming over her back to force another questionable jump ball. Her frustration wasn't just reserved for Indiana either. In the very next game against the Minnesota Lynx, Wilson's temper boiled over when she got tangled with all-star Kayla McBride. Wilson responded with a two-handed shove that sent McBride sprawling to the floor. The punishment was a simple common foul, no flagrant, leaving opponents and fans wondering just how much she'll be allowed to get away with before real disciplinary action is taken.
And a Fever without Caitlin Clark go up against the Las Vegas Aces and last year's MVP, A'ja Wilson, and walk away with a W, 80-70. That player right there, Natasha Howard, she came alive in the third quarter, dropping 11 points in the third quarter, giving us the lead, a 27-point third quarter without Caitlin Clark. Who would have thought this team can score over 20 points in a quarter without Caitlin Clark?
What makes this pattern of behavior even more shocking is the hypocrisy behind it. Rewind to the team's first matchup of the season, and it was Wilson who was caught on camera barking at Aliyah Boston. Flopping. That's all you do after Boston drew a foul. In Wilson's eyes, the rookie was the one manufacturing calls and not playing the game the right way. Fast forward a few weeks, and the tables have completely turned. Now, it's Wilson who is resorting to borderline dirty tactics to stop her opponent, and the entire league has seen it. The player who once accused another of acting has become the aggressor, and the irony is impossible to ignore.
The WNBA referees look at A'ja Wilson literally mugging somebody, literally reenacting the now infamous Coldplay concert hug heard around the world that had 9 million memes made about it over the last week, when she's literally remaking that on the court by just mugging Aliyah Boston. Oh, shit. Them WNBA referees turn into Ray Charles. They swallow their damn whistles.
This controversy has ignited a firestorm around officiating, with fans and analysts claiming a league-wide bias. The term A'ja Wilson whistle has exploded on social media, referring to the belief that Wilson gets away with an absurd level of physical contact. Commentators have called her plays diabolical work and noted how she's getting away with murder on the court. Fans are pointing to her repeated hugs and grabs as clear fouls that officials consistently ignore. This perception of favoritism only adds fuel to the fire, making every non-call feel like a deliberate injustice, and further cementing Wilson's new reputation as a player who bends the rules without consequence.
A'ja was terrible. Like, absolutely terrible. I don't care that she had 20 points. The fakest 20 points ever. She was terrible. She was absolutely terrible.
So why is this happening now? The truth is, A'ja Wilson is on an island. The Aces dynasty was built on a stacked roster, but that foundation has crumbled. Key players have departed, and injuries have sidelined crucial talent. On many nights, Wilson is a one-woman show. In the 81-54 blowout loss to Indiana, Wilson scored an efficient 29 points. The rest of her teammates combined for a dismal 25 points on a horrific 16% shooting. The support isn't just lacking, it's non-existent. She is putting up MVP numbers just to keep her team at a 500 record, a far cry from the championship she's used to competing for.
A'ja Wilson, she gets the left hand on the ball, right? Slaps down, get her hand on the ball. Okay, cool. Still got it. Now, right here, watch this right hand now. Look at this right hand, y'all. Right hand grabs her, okay? Right hand grabs and she knows she cheating. Look, she's smiling. She knows she cheated, y'all.
While Wilson was losing her cool on the court, another leader was making her presence felt in a very different way. From the sidelines, Caitlin Clark, sidelined with a groin injury, has been a beacon of competitive fire for the Fever. During a game against Connecticut, she was seen hobbling toward a referee, yelling in protest over a call, and had to be physically held back by an assistant coach. Moments later, she was shouting across the court again. That's just rude. Grow up. It's this raw, unfiltered passion that has defined her leadership. Clark's intensity is infectious, fueling her team even when she can't contribute on the floor. It's a stark contrast in leadership. One star's fire inspires her team to rise, while the other seems to be consuming her own.
What happened? Let somebody even breathe on A'ja Wilson. I can't whistle. You get the point. I mean, they're hitting a buzzer. The pressure luck buzzer. The whammy starts coming out. All right, the whammies start coming out because A'ja Wilson going to free throw line. She going to the free throw line. That's all there is to it.
The Fever's current success, even without their star, is no accident. It's the result of the culture Caitlin Clark built from the moment she arrived. In her rookie season, she took a 5-31 team and single-handedly transformed them into a playoff contender, shattering a postseason drought that lasted nearly a decade. She didn't just lead in points, assists, and steals. She established a new standard of competitiveness. Clark's fearlessness and grit became the team's identity. That foundation is so strong that even with her on the bench, the team continues to play with the same fire, toppling giants like the Aces.
Smiling at it. Look. Just a granted. Look at this. What in the world's going on, man? wrapping around her, hugging her, and she knows she cheating. Look, and getting away with murder, bro. Diabolical work. Look at this. Hugging her. She is hugging her, fam. Oh my goodness. What? Hey, Ref. At this point, man, she need to take her out to dinner, man. Take her out to dinner at this point, Ref. What's going on?
Uh-oh. Wonder what he said. Oh! She was about to run over there.
I'm not a good lip reader.
What did he say?
Trying. I got it, but I don't want to read card 99.
Huh.
She said basically, "Are you kidding me?" to Michael Price, and that was Breon January, who is
She said, "That's just rude.
9
Grow up."
years in Indiana.
Oh!
On the stack.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
a live shot now of Caitlin Clark.
What's the issue? What happened?
He's still upset and wants an explanation
Ooh.
from Michael Price.
She's gonna be calling him. He's like, whatever.
This season has become a fascinating case study in handling adversity. Aja Wilson is now facing the exact challenge that Caitlin Clark conquered last year, carrying a struggling team with little help. But the results couldn't be more different. As a rookie, Clark embraced the pressure, tuned out the noise, and elevated everyone around her through sheer force of will. Wilson, a seasoned veteran and champion, is cracking under that same weight. Her frustration is boiling over into cheap shots and arguments with officials. She is learning just how hard it is to drag a team to victory, a test that her rookie rival has already passed with flying colors.
Another nice sight for the Fever to see was this from Cece hopping off the bench. You don't want to read too much into it, but it's something, right? Obviously, she gets a little frustrated with the officials, and Stephanie White was frustrated with the officials in this game as well. But you see Caitlin hop right to her feet there with no hesitation. Right up. That, again, you can be injured and that can happen, but not moving too gingerly there on the sideline was Caitlin Clark, which is another positive sign.
This on-court drama is creating a powerful off-court narrative that is reshaping legacies in real time. Wilson's reputation as a poised champion is being replaced by that of a volatile star whose temper is getting the best of her. Every shove and sarcastic smile chips away at her MVP image. On the other hand, Caitlin Clark's legend continues to grow, even while she's injured. Her passionate sideline antics are seen as proof of her unwavering leadership, further solidifying her role as the heart and soul of the Fever. One star is losing control of her story, while the others is just beginning.
Aliyah Boston's like, come on now. Let me just run it. She's mad as hell. I don't blame her. I mean, I don't blame her. Look at this. Look at this. What are we doing? Referees. Where are the officials? Where? Then comes the loving embrace. Where are the officials? Look at that. Look at Asia's face. She knows the referees are going to give her the whistle. She knows it. Look at that. Yeah, look at it. Look.
The implications of this saga extend far beyond a few games. The Aces' vulnerability has blown the championship race wide open, signaling that their era of dominance might be over. The Indiana Fever are no longer just a feel-good story. They are legitimate contenders whose fearless play is earning respect across the league. The WNBA is witnessing a power shift, driven by the starkly different ways its biggest stars handle the burdens of leadership. What we're seeing isn't just a rivalry, it's a potential changing of the guard, unfolding one controversial play at a time.
Caitlin Clark sitting right here, man, after I think it was a tough shot by Aliyah Boston and nothing was called. Let's take a look at this, man. Look at Caitlin Clark jumping like crazy. Oh my goodness. Caitlin, you have to sit down, man. Sit down.
The narrative is no longer about the dominant Aces. It's about a champion's unraveling and an underdog's defiant rise. Aja Wilson's frustration has exposed her team's vulnerability and put her own reputation on the line. Meanwhile, the Indiana Fever, powered by the culture built by their fiery young star, are proving they are a force to be reckoned with. The league is now left to wonder, are we witnessing the passing of the torch, not with a celebratory handover, but with the messy, controversial collapse of a once great dynasty?